she's going to share. So, Lori, you want to come on up? And, yep. It's okay. It won't bite. It's good.
All right. Is this right? Can you even hear me? Clint? I don't think they can hear me.
Landon, on it.
Hello.
See,
Is
the
it
guy in
better?
the back with the glasses is Landon. Telling
Okay.
you need volume.
All right. Is it good? Okay. Well, I just wanted to first say that Michelle was always so gentle, kind, non-judgmental. She was my confidant because I could trust her with any problems or any secrets that I had. But there was one incident that happened that was particularly meaningful between me and Michelle because the Lord was just so gracious in it. So it was in the early years of my marriage, and we were driving from Grand Rapids up to my sister's house. Probably, I don't even remember what we were meeting the family there for. But Phil and I had a fight in the car, and I don't even remember what the argument was about, but I was very upset. And when I got to my sister's, I ran immediately up to my sister's bedroom and was just crying. And I'm praying to the Lord, and I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be able to come to you with any problem, Lord. I mean, Jesus, you came, you were a man here on earth. You know, you're supposed to be able to understand our problems, but you were never a wife. How could you possibly understand what I am going through? And I was just in tears and so upset. And then the knock on the door, and it was Michelle. And she came in, and so I just blurted out my whole problems and everything, and she did what she always does. She just sat there, and then she listened, and she comforted me, and she gave me very good advice, and it was just wonderful. And we were hugging and everything, and I felt so much better. And then I looked at her, and I says, Michelle, you were an answer to my prayer. And I told her what I had prayed, and she said, you're right, because I didn't even know why I came here. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? I said, you saw I was upset. You know, I ran up here and you came up here. And she said, no. She said, Lori, I didn't even know you guys were here. I didn't know you were upset. She says, I was down in the basement watching the ball game with the guys. And I said, how did you get here? And she said, well, I was sitting there. I stood up. I walked up the stairs. I walked up the stairs again, and I just came to the door. So I knocked, and there you were. And we were just then looking at each other, realizing the Holy Spirit had literally lifted Michelle up and brought her where she needed to be, just in answer to my prayer. And that was just, it gave us goosebumps anytime that we remembered that through the years. It was just so special. Because God, in his kindness, he was never a wife, but he sent me a wife. And he used Michelle in so many different ways. And that was my story.
Now my